Hello yogis, hello Journey Junkie Tribe. I am so excited for this yoga flow. Many of you have been asking for me to do a yoga flow with a wheel. And so today we are making that flow and it's going to be a blast. Just to tell you what a yoga wheel is, it's this fun prop and it's a newer prop on the yoga market, I would say for a few years, but it's one that has catapulted into popularity for its many different uses and benefits. So today I am using the Karma yoga wheel. It's a standard yoga wheel. It's got this nice padding around the outside to cushion any way that you use it. I will be linking in the description below to a blog post where I talk about this flow and how to use the wheel, and also be linking so that you can maybe treat yourself to a wheel if you don't have one yet. So today's flow is a full body workout. We're gonna stretch, we're gonna strengthen, and we are going to feel good, all using this yoga wheel. So grab your wheel. If you don't have one, treat yourself to one, and let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start seated and go into a heart opener. So however you would normally sit, I like to take Ardha Padmasana, half lotus, and then you want to use your hands to line the wheel up with your low back here. And then I like to keep my thumbs inside the wheel, bring my fingertips to the earth, and really inhale to lift my chest up to the sky. Exhale to slowly lower my back over the wheel here. You might need to play with the positioning of it. Make sure it's nice and tight into your back here. And then once you find something that's comfortable, start to drape the whole body back. You can allow the head to fall. I am going to interlace my hands and cradle my head here, setting the elbows nice and wide. Do something that feels good. And this is also a really intense opening. So when I say feel good, you're not in a restorative position, okay? All right, choosing to stay seated like this, or you can unwind your legs and bring the soles of the feet to the earth and start to roll forward and back on your wheel. Take your time. We're massaging the spine here, so just rolling forward and back. And as you roll, make sure you're breathing. Next time you go back, you can bring the head all the way to the earth and extend the legs long. Get a nice stretch into your hip flexors, as well as your back, of course. And about 5 more breaths here, massaging the spine however it feels good for you. Slowly start to meet all the way back up and lifted, bum on the ground, and switch the wheel to the front of your mat, coming into diamond pose, soles of the feet together, but also the heels nice and elongated away from your groin, and then make space to bring the wheel in between the soles of the feet. And from here, you can just soften down, start to kind of inchworm your butt back a little bit more. Let the head drop. And if you want more, you can even extend the wheel out further. Bring the soles of the feet back together and bring some of a heart opener into it too. I really want you to give yourself permission this class to play with all the movements. So use the wheel to play. It's really a playful prop, and it's intended for you to explore and experiment, feel like a kid again. You might fall or topple over while playing on your wheel, but I find it to be really refreshing. One more inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale to roll the wheel in, lift the chest high. Keep the wheel right where it is, but swing the legs around to the back of the mat. And we're gonna work into a puppy/child's pose. So you can keep both hands together like in prayer, or you can clasp the hands, but essentially we're gonna start moving into a really intense heart opener and slowly walking the wheel to your extension and then dropping the chest and the head down. So yeah, this is definitely a puppy pose. I wouldn't call it a child's pose. And then here you can kind of roll back and forth, play with the movements. We're here for 5. Last inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift up out of it. Keep the wheel right where it is. And come to a seated position parallel with your wheel, okay? Moving into a simple side body stretch. So the wheel should be on your right side, hand on top of the wheel. And then flip it so that your forearm is on top of the wheel. Extend the arm out long and then reach the left arm overhead. Try to make space from the left fingertips all the way down to your left hip as you send the left hip down into the earth. Spiral the heart open. Breathe for 3. Next inhale, rise all the way up. Move the wheel to the left side, parallel to your hip point. Forearm is on the wheel. Extend the wheel out nice and long to the side and reach the right arm overhead. Really stretch through both side bodies here. Anchor that right hip down. 3 breaths. Inhale back up to neutral. Release the wheel. Bring hands to the tops of the thighs and move through some neck stretches. So allow the chin to fall to the chest. When you're ready, you can start bringing ear to shoulder. Anytime I move into a neck stretch, I realize how much more I need to stretch my neck. 5 more breaths here. Feel free to do full circles, being incredibly gentle. And we'll all meet back chin to chest in that neutral position. Lift the head on up. Alrighty. We're going to set our wheel off to the side for just a moment. Stand on up to the top of the mat. Come into a nice forward fold. So feet hip width distance. Bend the knees generously. Relax the head and neck. You can choose to cup both elbows here. Sway from side to side. Awakening those hamstrings. Really allowing the entire spine to elongate and relax. So I like to keep a nice bend in the knees here to really promote the length in the back. One more inhale. Exhale completely. If you have both elbows cupped, go ahead and release the hands down to the earth. Locate your wheel. Bring it back right beneath the forehead. And we're moving into some halfway lifts. So hands can rest atop the wheel. On an inhale breath, lift up halfway. Pull the heart through. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Push into your wheel. Exhale, fold. Feel free to do this in any way that works for you. Two more. And fold. Last one. And fold. Set the wheel off to the side. Step closer to the top of your mat. Feet together. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Exhale, send the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Soften the knee down. Inhale to lift the heart and the fingertips. Exhale, plant the hands. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, left foot goes back. Soften the knee down. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the fingertips, fire up the inner thighs. Exhale, hands go down. We're doing that a few more times. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, right foot goes back. Drop the knee. Inhale, lift up. Scissor the inner thighs together. Exhale, top of the mat. Use your core to step the right foot to the top. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, left foot back. Nice deep breathing here. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the foot, top of the mat. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale up to that Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands plant. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot goes back. Extend that heart high. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, lift heart. Last time each side. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, plant hands. Right foot comes to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back. Drop knee, lift heart. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Start to heel toe the feet to the outer edge of your mat. Toes out, heels in. Sit that bum low from Malasana. Grab your wheel, bring it back in between you, and just use it as a nice place to rest your hands. Bring the elbows inside the knees to send the knees out wider and lift through the heart for 3. Last breath. Release your left hand behind you to help you lower the bum to the earth. And then meet me in Navasana. So boat pose. I want you to really lift through your heart, knees together, flex the toes back to the face, keep the shins parallel to the mat, bring the wheel to the center line, and we'll go through like side oblique work here. So inhale here, exhale to the left, inhale to center, and just keep switching and breathing. I'm breathing with you. I'm working with you. You can do it side to side. Just keep switching, hugging everything in, integrating the body. 3 more. Almost there. 1 more. And set the wheel down. Cross one ankle over the other. Plant the hands in front of you. Step back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread those fingertips super wide. Push your hands down into the earth. Use that energy to send the heart back as the hips go back and the legs straighten or somewhat straighten, but more lengthen. 3 breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, soften the knees to the earth, moving through some baby Chaturanga. So we're still trying to fire up the body here, okay? Bring the knees together behind you. On an inhale, hinge forward so shoulders past the wrists. Exhale, lower down to no further than 90 degrees. Come back up. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift on an inhale. A few more. Keep lowering and lifting. 2 more. Last one. You got it. Lift on up and meet me back in downward facing dog. So we're moving into crescent pose and we're going to use our wheel underneath our back leg. So I would grab your wheel and place it on the left side of your leg. It's going to go underneath our left quadricep. On an inhale, extend the right leg back and high. Reach through the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, and plant the foot. All right, before you rise up, locate your wheel and place it underneath your quadricep. So you actually want to put weight onto the wheel here, okay? Once you feel situated, start to make sure the knee stacked over the ankle, and then inhale to lift on up. So I find this variation to be really, really supportive. Reach through the fingertips, really helping that back leg to both strengthen and lengthen here. Lift up through the hip points, engage the low belly. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, find goalpost arms. Inhale, back up. Exhale, goalpost. Inhale, high. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, high. Exhale. Inhale, high. Exhale. Inhale, high. Exhale to bring the hands back down towards the earth. Straighten the front leg and let the wheel roll back. So now it's on the front of your shin. Moving into a pyramid pose. So inhale, breath. Exhale, fold. We're in a wide-legged pyramid pose. Send the right hip back, left hip forward. drape the whole body over the front right leg. And if you allow that left heel to drop further to the earth, you'll feel your wheel go with you. Alrighty, inhale to lift the chest, bend into the right knee. And we're gonna come forward into lizard pose, keeping the wheel underneath our back leg. So start to walk the hands forward and then place the right foot to the outer edge of your mat. You want the toes out and the heel in. You might need to play with this and send the wheel a little bit further back, so more towards your ankle. Don't be afraid to remove the wheel, add it back. Hands on the earth or blocks. We're here for 5. Try to keep the spine long here instead of wanting to round and drop the head and neck. I know that feels comfortable, but really try to invite length from the back toes all the way up through the spine and through the head, the neck and the head. One more breath. All right, listen carefully. You can stay here or work into some core work with me. So on an inhale, we're going to push into our wrists and bring our right knee into the chest. So here we go. Inhale, lift the hips, bring the knee in, and we're going to drop it down to the ground and lift it up for 5. 2 more. Last one, lift, plant the right foot back on the earth, and slowly start to roll the wheel towards the right foot. Now listen carefully, left leg is going to come into the chest. You're going to release the wheel. Interlace the hands around the left shin, lift through the heart. Bring your heartbeat back down here. Gaze forward. Alrighty, next inhale, I want you to find dancing Shiva. So goalpost arms, drop the left knee in line with the left hip. Flex the left foot. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Use your core to maintain it. Strong right leg. Inhale. Exhale, right hand outside the left leg. Reach back with the left hand. Nice twist here. All right, listen carefully. We're going to release the left leg and step it out wide. Be careful of your yoga wheel. So next, inhale, release the left leg. Step it wide outside your wheel. And we're coming into goddess squat, Devyasana. Toes out, heels in. Send the knees back. Arms at goalposts, sit it down low. Feel free to close your eyes. Really use your outer hips and your glutes to open the legs. Let your tailbone come to neutral, so no booty pop. We're not like in the club. Nice neutral spine. 5 more breaths. You got it. Stick with it. Breathe through it. Next, inhale, straighten the legs. Toes come in. So now we have feet parallel to the side of the mat. I'm going to give you an option to do a headstand pose with your wheel. But first, we're folding forward into Prasarita Padottanasana. So hands at the hips. Push down through your big toes. Lift through your heart. Exhale to fold forward. All right, so you can hang out right here, working into the hamstrings. Or if you have a solid headstand practice, here's what you do. You bring the wheel in front of you. Your hands clasp both sides of the wheel. You bring your head down to the earth. So that means you have to have hamstring flexibility to hinge forward, okay? Once your head's on the earth, you hug the elbows in towards the face. You squeeze the wheel to your head and start to slowly lift up. If you're hanging out in Prasarita Padottanasana, breathe and enjoy the pose. If you're in Shirshasana, breathe and enjoy the pose. Headstanders, slowly make your way back down. Alrighty, everyone come into a halfway lift. Fingertips into the earth, flat back. Exhale, bend into your left leg for Skandasana. So left knee bends, right toes flex towards the face. And switch. Make your way to the other side. Right leg bends, left leg straightens. And breathe. Alrighty, start to make your way back to the top of the mat into a runner's lunge with the right foot forward. Step the right foot back. You can move through a vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog. Three breaths there. We have to do the other side. Alrighty, here we go. Inhale the left leg high. Reach through the toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant the foot. Now before you rise up, get your wheel underneath your quad on the right side, okay? So rest the weight onto the wheel. Stack left knee over left ankle. And when you're ready, inhale to lift high. Fingertips are reaching towards the sky here. The back leg is super strong and active. The wheel is just supporting you. So big inhale. Exhale, goalpost arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Really use your arm strength here. Exhale, down. Exhale, down. One more time. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach fingertips high. Exhale to plant them down on the earth, moving into that pyramid pose. So straighten the left leg. Let the wheel roll back to the right shin. Once you get it snug in there, inhale to lift up for a moment. And then exhale to allow the whole torso to drape over the left leg. Send the right heel down. Left hip back, right hip forward. Breathe. Next, inhale, lift the chest. Start to heel toe the left foot to the outside of the mat, toes out, heel in. And then we're coming into lizard pose. So again, adjust your wheel as needed. Once you find something comfortable, you want to just breathe here for 5, pushing your hands into the earth or a block. Breathing into the left hip and the right hip flexor, keeping a lot of length all the way from the toes, through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Alrighty, so again, that core work, here we go. Option to stay here in lizard, okay? Otherwise, on an inhale, you push into your hands, you round your back, and you bring your knee to your chest, and then we lift and lower for 5. So here we go. Inhale, lift the hips, hug the knee up to the chest. Exhale, lower to the earth, hover. Inhale, lift, and hover. We got 5. You got it. Last one, lift, plant the left foot, start to roll the wheel towards the left leg, and we're standing all the way up, hugging the right knee into the chest. Finding a drishti point, reconnecting with our heartbeat. Next inhale, find dancing Shiva. Goalpost arms, drop the right knee in line with the right hip. So we're nice and parallel here, and breathe. Another inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Another inhale. Left hand outside of right knee, reach back through the right fingertips. Enjoy that twist. Another inhale. Exhale, step into goddess pose. Be careful of your wheel as you step outside of it. Toes out, heels in, drop it low. So option to take goalpost arms and strengthen, or option to bring hands to the inside of the thighs, and inhale to send your knees really wide. Exhale to drop your right shoulder and twist to the left. I imagine many of us took the stretching option. Inhale back through center. Exhale, drop left shoulder, twist. Inhale back through center, and now we'll all hold for 5. Goalpost arms. Send the knees back. Drop it down low. One more breath. Inhale to straighten the legs, bring the feet to parallel. Big breath, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward, prasarita. Your choice to use the wheel for headstand or not. If you're in headstand, slowly make your way back to the earth. Everyone lift up halfway. I am right atop my Buddha. And exhale into the right knee, Skandasana. Option to lift your hands, and you can extend them out parallel for some extra balance work. Take it to the top of the mat, bend into the left leg. Again, option to lift the hands. Always checking in with your knee here. Some days I can't get this deep. And when we let back through to center, and we're stepping into Malasana Yogi Squat. So both toes out, heels in, we drop it back low again. Bring your wheel back this time. Whew, it is hot in the Zen Den, yogis. Bring your wheel back this time, and you can stay right here, nice and lifted, or you can bring your hands to rest atop the wheel, and on an inhale, lift and straighten. On an exhale, lower into the squat. We're here for about 10, so you choose your Malasana destiny. You can almost think of this as a yogi squat cat-cow. So when you get into the squat, you have this little heart opener, and as you lift the hips, you round the back and hug the belly to the spine. Let's all meet in Malasana now and take 5 breaths together in stillness. Also, if this is really hard for you, always know you can place a block underneath your sacrum, your bum. Alrighty. Left hand behind the back, coming back into Navasana, boat pose. So again, grab your wheel, take it with you, rock back on the sitting bones, lift the feet, lift the heart. You can also play here, so bring the toes inside the wheel. You can play with lifting, like so, finding some more length through the chest. Feel free to play here. I'm going to work back into side boat crunches, I'm going to call them. Wherever you are, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your boat pose. Extend your legs out nice and wide on your mat for Upavista Konasana. So, for many of us, this is a really hard posture. If you're finding that as you lower down, the whole lower back is rounding, then your work is to keep your fingertips behind your body and just lift here. And then sending the tailbone back and lowering with a flat back to the point where your low back starts to round, then you stop, okay? But if you have the hamstring mobility and the inner thigh mobility, legs are gently active, toes are flexing back towards the face. The wheel is right here in the middle center line. Start to extend the wheel out and lower down. Take your time. So you can let your head and neck go. You can play with rolling the wheel in and out, making small movements to find a little bit more depth. But we're here for 10, so enjoy it, experiment, feel good. Three more breaths. And slowly lift the chest back up. And we're going to take a yogi recess. So I'm going to go into the heart opener that we started with. You're more than welcome to play with headstand or lizard pose again, or maybe you saw something online that you want to try with your yoga wheel. Now is the time. We're going to go into a nice little wheel recess. So enjoy your time. If you have no idea what to do, just do what we did in the beginning. So coming into a seated position, bringing the block to your lower back, and just draping the body over the wheel. I really like to come into the soles of the feet down and rolling back and forth. But we're hanging out for about a minute or two, so do what feels good. About halfway there. Slowly start to finish up whatever you're doing. And we'll lie back onto our backs for Shavasana. So option to rest your legs atop your wheel for Shavasana. It's a little bit of a skinny prop for both legs, but you could also take it maybe horizontally. I don't know, play around with it. Find something that's comfortable. There we go. I think that might work best. Kind of right midway down on your calf muscle. Or if you're not enjoying it, feel free to set the wheel to the side. Once you get into your final resting posture, take some cleansing breaths. So inhale through the nose. Another big breath. Open the mouth. Another inhale. Let it go. Allow yourself to fully disconnect here. Surrender to the ground beneath you. We did a lot of work. Really thank yourself for making it to this space. And now rest, integrate, reconnect. Shavasana. Without making any movements, consciously fill your body with breath. Fill yourself up with that prana, your life force. And exhale, let it go. Now begin to invite those micro movements, fingertips and toes and ankles and wrists. And when you're ready, inhale the arms overhead. Extend the legs long, move the wheel out to the side. And when you're ready, bend the knees. Come onto your favorite side for fetal pose. Taking a moment here to thank yourself for doing the work, for living your journey, and for believing in your health. And with that top of mind, meet me in a seated position. Once you get there, root down through your sitting bones, lift up through the crown of your head. Inhale the arms out to the side. Gather up all that energy we've created. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands down through heart center. And I just feel like we need to close with an Om because that was such an epic wheel yoga flow class. So big inhale to prepare. Thumbs to forehead, gently bow. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I appreciate all of your participation. Namaste. Whew, there we go, yogis. So that was my first yoga wheel flow. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please comment below. Let me know how you feel about this yoga wheel prop. Don't forget that if you're looking for a yoga wheel, which you probably would have made it this far if you didn't have one, but maybe you might gift someone else one. This one is Karma Yoga, and I really, really enjoy it. So click the link to the blog post, and then you can find Karma Yoga through my website. So we'll meet you back here in the Zen Den next week. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Namaste.